Got my insurance license. Am I official to you now, governor? No, but seriously, guys, when I woke up and took the test, I did some cram studying, put my stuff on, headed to the facility, and when I saw that I passed the test on my first try, it was crazy. It was like sparks flying, like a dragon picked me up and took me back to my car. The Mortal Kombat narrator was like, "Flawless victory. Josh wins." It was just a crazy awesome day, and to top it off, it was on my birthday, so probably the best birthday gift you could ever really have. So pat on the back for me. But one of the main things I noticed was coming closer to the test date, I was watching some videos talking about how to pass your life insurance exam and things to do to pass it. And the one thing I realized is a lot of that stuff was super general, and it wasn't many things that pertained to me that helped me from those videos. A few things did, but for the most part, it was super general stuff, and it didn't really affect me passing. So today I'm really here to talk to you about the 5 things that you can do to most definitely pass your life insurance exam on the first try. Yo, what is going on, guys? I'm Josh Dawson, and this is Primal Commerce, and today I'm going to be talking about the 5 things that you can do to help pass your life insurance exam. Trust me, I did it. It's a very stressful process. A lot of time goes into it, and you're studying, your emotions are just on a freaking roller coaster. You're sure of yourself, you're unsure of yourself. You don't know if you should reschedule, you don't know if you should push it back. I'm here to tell you to relax, decompress. It is going to be okay. Listen to the things that I have to say, and you will be just fine. The first thing you want to do if you want to pass your life insurance exam on the first try is to stop studying the course to learn. Study it to pass. I was watching a lot of videos saying the opposite, like take this course as if you're soaking in the information. I saw a guy who's studying the course for 3 months before he took his test. That's not the way you want to do it. Don't let whatever course that you use determine and teach you how to be a life insurance agent. You're not going to learn how to be an agent through your course. You're going to learn how to be an agent through your job and through agents in front of you and into mentors who are in the business. Stop looking at the course like that, because when you do that, you take longer and longer and longer, and the older information fades away and the newer information is the only thing in your head. So by the time you take your test, it's like, oh, I remember that, but I don't. It was so long ago. So trust me, guys, don't study that course like it's a new crazy thing that you have to know front and back. No, just study it to pass. Number 2, you have to stupid cram. Like stupid cram. And what do I mean by that? I mean, from the time you purchase your course, schedule your test 2 to 3 weeks out. Yes, 2 to 3 weeks out. I see so many people taking months of time to study these courses, and these are the people who end up really failing on the first or second try. Like what I mentioned in step 1 about studying it to pass the test and not studying it to just know all of the information. The longer you take, the more you're going to forget. That's just that. And some people, have the mindset of, oh, I should know this front and back when I take my exam. Oh, I should know this stuff. You're going to learn this stuff, right? It took me 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks and 3 days between the time I purchased the course and by the time I actually took my test. 2 weeks and 3 days. So, and I passed on my first try, and I guarantee you that stuff was so fresh in my head that it was no way I could have been stopped. And I know for a fact, if I had taken a month or a month and a half or even 2 months, I wouldn't have done as well as I did, because most of the information is just memorization. Yes, there's some applied concepts. Yes, you have to understand the course. You have to understand what it is to sell life insurance, but you'll know that when you do your course, no matter how long it takes. But you don't have to prolong it so you understand every little thing. No, cram, get the information fresh in your head, take it and pass it. Number 3, The law portion, the state law portion, is very, very important. But know that most of the state law supplement on your test is stuff from the general course, the general content that you learned. I remember when I was studying for my test, I didn't touch any of the law portion until 3 days before my test. And in doing that, I realized that most of the stuff was just the same stuff. Yes, there's certain provisions and things that you need to know for your state that will show up on your test, but don't stress about it from the jump. Make sure that you understand the general coursework, because that will be most of the test. The law supplement is just a cherry on top. And honestly, I say set aside 2 days, 2 to 3 days max of just law portion, and you will do just fine. I crammed state law on, I had an hour drive. I had an hour drive to my testing facility. I crammed state law that morning and on that drive. And I tell you, the amount of stuff that I saw that was just on those papers that I was studying when I took the test was insane. It was basically fun at that point, how easy some of these questions were, because I just looked over them. Now, number 5, this may be something that you can't control, but try to take your test closer to when you were actually doing school and participating in education. Because one thing I've noticed is that, yes, the insurance industry is a older dominated industry, and most of the people in insurance made, lateral steps from other career paths. But one thing I noticed is that when I was talking to other people trying to study for this exam who were past school for years and years, they were really, really struggling doing basic studying and having basic studying skills. And that's something that you lose over time once you hop into a career. So try to take that test closer to when you were doing school, and you'll treat it like it's just another test. That's why I feel like a younger person may be able to do better on the exam the first time. But you can still take this advice even if you're older. Just use the following steps. Like I said, try to cram. One thing I noticed is that a lot of older people who went to go take this test used that prolonged method that people were talking about in the videos. And you do bad. It's very hard to remember stuff like that, right? If you stretch it and stretch it out. That's why most school students cram, right? A lot of school students cram, and taking that cram mentality and applying it to insurance helped me pass on the first try. So definitely try to take it, a little bit closer to when your education ended. But also remember, you'll do just fine if you use those shorter steps that I talked about. The real number 5, be able to accept failure. There is nothing wrong with failing the exam the first time. Most people do. I think it's over 50%. When I went into the facility to take my exam, in my mind, I was fully able and fully accepted the fact that I could fail and I could try again later. Though I had the mentality that I was going to pass the first try, I knew that if I did fail, I would get back up and keep going. In life, you're hit with a ton of different failures, but you gotta just pick yourself back up. If you failed the exam the first time, it is okay. Some of the most successful insurance salesmen did it and failed the first time. There's nothing wrong with you for doing that. It is okay. Just get back on your feet and keep it pushing. But guys, like I said, I know it can be really, really hard studying when you have a kid, jobs, and just, things like that. But like I said, I scheduled my test 2 to 3 weeks before I actually took it. And I was only studying for around 2.5 to 3 hours a day. And if this is something that you really want for your life, you can manage that. You can punch that in. So just find a way to get it done, and it'll get done. But yeah, I want to appreciate you guys for watching. I will be dropping a lot more insurance content as I continue down my path as a broker. I really, really appreciate you for being here, and I hope that some of the steps I've provided can help you pass your insurance exam the first try. And the steps that I've given you, you can apply to other things, right? There's a lot of different courses that you can buy, and there's a lot of different things that you can get licensed for. And I feel like it's the same thing for a lot of these different tests and licenses out there. But yeah, I really, really appreciate it, guys. Make sure you subscribe, hit that notification bell, follow all the socials, and just keep being great. I love you guys. Thank you. Sheesh.